Hey arty friends, back today with something a little bit different. This is a handmade journal that I made for myself over Mother's Day weekend because yep, I had Sunday all to myself, so I could do whatever I wanted. So I put together this little mini journal, I should say, sort of a mixed media scrap journal. It's really just scraps of paper. So I talk more about it at the end of the video. So I am doing a process video on a journal spread, a mixed media journal spread that I've done in this little mini journal. So I've started with a bit of gesso on the double page spread, and I am just adding some torn up pieces of used paper towel that I use when I do my watercolouring, and I wipe my brush off on the paper towel. I always have it in my hand, and I keep the paper towels because when they dry they're those beautiful colours, and it depends on what colours that I used in that project onto, you know, the colours off the paper towel. And so this was a nice little soft palette, and so yeah, it's just, I just have a whole pile of them now because I can't throw them away. Yeah, I just can't throw them away. It just seems like a waste because I do use a lot of paper towel in my studio. So yeah, so it's just a waste. So I keep them, I dry them out first, and then I pop them in my little mixed media. I have like a mixed media drawer, and probably a and also a big bin. And oh my god, my new puppy is licking my feet and she's giving me a tickle. Oh dear. So she's distracting me, so sorry. So yeah, so I've just stuck down that paper towel with some matte medium, and now I'm adding some of the Dina Wakley paint, and in the yellow and the pink. I don't know the names of them. I cannot remember for the life of me, but I think it's magenta and it might just be yellow. I don't know, but yeah, you know the colours. So I'm just adding those, and I just used like a makeup sponge and just sort of dab them around and tried to blend them in with each other. And now I'm going to use some Delusions paint, and my Delusions paint is gone, it's all gone like claggy and yuck. Nearly every colour has. The grey one you'll notice in this video hasn't, because it's fairly new, and I brought all the paints when they first came out, and yeah, they've all gone like really thick and claggy. So I don't know what's wrong. Is like they used to be really runny. So does your Delusions paint done the same thing? Like, is there something wrong with the paint, or am I not storing it correctly? If you have an idea, please let me know, because yeah, it's really, really strange, because yeah, they've all gone that way. So yeah, so I've just added in some of that, the turquoise, the aqua, I'll say. Obviously I can't speak English today. And I can't speak English any day. Do you notice that I say that a lot? Yeah, I can't speak English any day. Anyway, so I've added that aqua and used some more of the white paint, the the Delusions, I should say, white paint, and sort of blended that in, just sort of, you know, to dull it back a little bit, but I still wanted all the colours to be there. And so that's what I used the white paint for, just to, you know, push it back a little bit. And I've also added some yellow circles around there as well, as you can see, just using up that leftover paint on the side of my little bit of paper there that I'm using as my palette. Now I'm just taking this Kaisercraft stencil. I think I got it in a kit. I don't know. I can't remember exactly where it came from. I think I might have brought it. And I just used the Delusions in the slate grey and just dabbed that through the stencil. So I've placed that off to dry. So now I'm going to sketch just a little head of a little girl, of one of my girls that I am really, really getting into and starting to love to draw. I think I'm sort of trying to find my own style, and I think I am slowly getting there, but I'm not 100% there yet. But I can feel myself, what's the word? Sort of thinking, not copying, but like thinking of my own sort of version of a girl that I love. But I'm using techniques that I've learnt through so many classes, online classes that I've been to. So I just sketched out a quick little one. It's just the sort of a head and shoulders, and I'm going to use my Prima watercolor sets that I've got. I've only got the 2. I have ordered another set, and yeah, I've ordered another set, so I'm still waiting for that one to come. So I'm just going to use the 2 sets that I have. I do have the Jane Davenport ones, but I didn't want it to be too bright because the background in my art journal was very bright. So I just really wanted like a subtle sort of a girl. So here I am just colouring her in with some sort of subtle colours, trying to do a little bit of a skin colour, and but not, if that makes sense. I don't know. You'll see in the close-ups when I at the end of the video, the close-ups of that. So I've just used some of the Dilutions white paint just to soften out her face a little bit more because it was getting a little bright. Adding a little bit of navy blue there for her eyes, and then I also have the little pink for her cheeks. I add that in, and I put some on her neck just to sort of spread the colour around the image. And then I use yellow for her hair. I don't know why. I was actually thinking of sort of drawing me, like, because what I journal about, it's about me. So I was sort of trying to, like, represent myself, but for some reason I went for yellow. I was intending to put brown hair because I have brown hair. And I don't even have blue eyes. I have brown eyes. So I don't know what I've done here. Maybe it's like my alter ego or something. Who knows? But she has blonde hair and blue eyes. So, yeah, maybe I wish I was blonde. I don't know. It doesn't matter. This little piece of paper here is from a pattern. Like the fabric pattern, the dressmaking patterns. That's what I'm looking for. And I just liked the way that it looked like a sun. It was like a starburst. So I just sort of ripped that part out there, and I'm going to glue that down with some matte medium. And then I'm also going to add a little bit more of the paper towel that I just had lying on my desk. This is one of the brighter ones that I had, but yeah, it was just sitting there. It was just easy to grab, so I just used that. And now I will go in and sort of add some more paint, some white paint, some gesso, just so I can blend in that piece of the, now I've forgotten the name of it, dress pattern into the background a little bit more, so it didn't really stand out, but I really still wanted to sort of see it, if that makes sense. So yeah, as you can see there, you can still sort of see it, but I do come back in with some more colours just to really sort of tie it in all together with the background that I have done. So yeah. My camera does actually stop recording, so the whole finish of this journal page is non-existent. So I do apologize for that. I film on my old iPhone 5, and I solely just use that for videos, and my daughter must have pinched it off my desk because it was completely full of selfies with her and her friends at the school disco and some videos and so on and so on. So it was just full of that, and I didn't know it was on there because I always keep it empty when I put it on my desk and go to film because I know that it's empty. So it's just cut out on me all of a sudden, but I do come back after I finished, and I realized I'd done sort of a live sort of overview of how I finished, and a little bit more information about the journal and how I put it together. So I'll leave it there. Hey guys, I am really sorry, but my camera stopped recording when I was finishing up this layout, or this journal entry. So I thought I'd just pop back quickly and just let you know what I'd done. I think I got up to just sticking down my girl. And so after I've done that, I've gone in, hang on, I might just, so you can see, because the pages have curled up a little. So yeah, so I've gone in with some of the Dina Wakley Night and just sort of outlined where I had that pattern from the piece of paper. I've added a little bit of thread, a little words, tiny words. And what I do with the tiny words is I actually cut them out of books and just cut out little words and sentences and stuff like that, and I can make up my own little sentences, and sometimes they are like really weird and quirky, and they're kind of fun, and I enjoy sort of making up that sort of stuff. So I'm getting a bit low, so I will have to do another flip through an old book and cut out some words. I normally sort of do that when I'm on the, you know, watching TV or something like that. Yeah, so it's just something I do. And yeah, just sort of try to replicate that pattern down here. Little markings. I've done my journaling here, and finished off with the white Sharpie and some scribbles with my grey lead. And yeah, that was probably about it. But yeah, you did miss a lot of the process of the finishing of it, so I do apologize for that. I didn't realize that my daughter had been using my iPhone that I film on, and she's not allowed to use it, and she's used it and she's filled it up with selfies and photos and videos of her friends, so it used up most of my storage, where normally if it's completely empty I have heaps of room to record all my videos, and I didn't realize she had done that. And so yeah, it stopped recording, so I do apologize for that. But I will tell you a little bit about this book, because I haven't done the voiceover yet, so I thought, well, I'll just tell you a little bit of it now in the live. So I made this book myself. It's made out of that fake, like, it's like a vinyl fake leather, which I ordered off eBay, or did I get it off Etsy? I can't remember where I got it from, but I'm pretty sure it was Etsy. I think I got it off Etsy, and it was just a A4 sheet. And then I ordered some wax thread for it as well, and then I've just made my inserts, and I've made 3 inserts in here. And I've like added pockets to each side of the cover, so it's like, it's really floppy, and I like that it's floppy. I like the feeling, yeah, I like the feeling that it's soft and floppy and, you know, messy, you know what I mean? So I've just done a standard back stitch around the edges, and that's how everything's all joined together. There is a stitch that you can use where you go back, you have like 2, 3, it's hard to explain. I'm not even going to bother trying to explain it. But I tried to do that, but I realized I didn't have enough wax thread to complete the whole book, and I really wanted to get it finished. So the next one I make, I will do the proper stitching for the journals, and I've just used the wax thread to attach my little journals, my inserts, my, what do you call them? What's the name? I've totally forgotten the name. Signatures. Signatures in. And it's just the standard come in from here. And then out and then down and then back through the middle, then out and then in here, etc. If you'd like me to do a process video on how I put my journals together, I'm more happy. Just leave me a comment below and let me know if you'd like me to show you how I make my inserts and how I attach them to a handmade journal. So I'll just show you what I've done so far. I only finished this on the weekend, so it's still very new. So I'll just do a quick flip through. So I've done a little girl at the start here. And as I've gone through, I've added some embellishments through it, but I am planning on adding more embellishments as I work through it. So like, I'm not sure what I want to do here. I want to journal something here, but I haven't quite worked out. I'm thinking maybe a quote or something is going to end up going there. And this is just some butterflies, some messy butterflies there. It's just, this journal is really just for me to like do quick, you know, painterly stuff, journaling, mixed media, funny little sketches, something that's not really that serious. It's just like something fun and quick, and something I can do sitting in the car or on the lounge suite, or sitting in the car waiting to pick up my daughter from school, that sort of thing, because it's so compact. So so that was the butterfly page, and I've only, like I said, I only just finished it on the weekend, so I've only done like 3 pages. But like, I've added like little pockets with tags in it, so I can journal on that, or I can draw on that, or, you know, I can do whatever I want on there. And as we flip through, same here, I've done like a little flip here, so I can add some secret journaling in there, and, you know, I've added a lot of white paper through it. It's not very thick, because I didn't want it to be super thick, because then I wouldn't get a lot of pages in. But it is a, I think it's 120 GSM, so it will hold a little bit of mixed media, but not a lot. And as you can see, it seems to be holding up okay with the watercolors, so I'm pretty happy with that. I don't mind the wrinkling, so that doesn't bother me. And with the page I done today, I used a lot of paint, and it's held up really, really well. So I'm really happy with that. And I think it was just, you know how you can buy those journals from Kmart here in Australia? They're like, I can't even remember the brand of them, but they're just the cheap ones, and I think they're only $8, and they're just ripped out of the journals, and I've just cut them down to go in there, and it's given me that nice edging. So I mean, they're not expensive. It's not expensive paper or anything like that, so it's just some cheapy stuff that I had lying around. And then this one with a little tag, and I've done a little pocket here, and this one's nothing, so I'll add something there. Another little flower I've done, and I've stamped in the background using, I picked up these stamps from Ride Art here in Australia, and wood carved stamps, so I just stamped in the background. And I've used my book words, could I call them that? Yeah, book words, book mini words I could call them, and a bit of washi, and just do a quick flip through, and just some more blank pages which I intend to add things. Another little pocket with a tag in it. It's all it's like, it's just real quick and rough. It was nothing like I really thought about. Like, as you can see, it's all just stuck down quickly, and yeah, so I'm not really stressed about it. I want it to look really messy and well loved and that sort of stuff. I just had some rub-ons sitting on my desk, and I didn't even know that if they would work, but they work, so I added rub-ons through the little book. Some scrapbooking paper. That's a flower that I drew on watercolor. watercolor paper and watercolored it. So I just stapled that in there and added some more rub-ons. So like that, because that flower was just sitting on my desk, so it was just like, okay, I'll just staple that in there. Some doilies in there. Here's a little pocket here with a journaling card. That's a vintage card that I've picked up there. I'll just slip that in there because she's really cute. I really like her. And I think that was, oh, looks nice. Some more rub-on. See, I've just sort of rubbed them off. If they worked, they worked. If they didn't, they didn't. I'll just add a little tag in here. And another little tag here with some embellishments on it. And then another little pocket with a tag here as well. So, yeah, so it's just, yeah, really simple, really roughly put together. I didn't really think much about the papers. I just sort of, I have a bin under my desk which I throw all my big scraps of paper in, and I just sort of picked what papers were on top and just went with those. So it was really just not thinking about what I was going to put in there. I did know that I wanted to have a lot of white paper in there so I could do a lot of, you know, little girls and sketchy drawings and stuff. So that was pretty much what I knew, where I wanted to start from. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. I've talked enough. So if you liked this, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and let me know if you'd like to see me make one of these journals or show you how to do the stitching for the inserts. And yeah, so that's it from me. So I'll see you all next time. So bye.